Hello everyone, welcome back to another English language video. Today we are looking at the AQA exam board, language paper 1. So question 1 reads the following. Read again the first part of the source from lines 1 to 5. List 4 things about the bird in Alex's nightmare from this part of the source, and it's worth 4 marks. So as you can see, the exam board have already numbered from 1 to 4. So you're simply listing 4 things. But for this question, it's specifically about the bird. Okay. Now, a lot of students would answer the question, but then make a silly mistake. And for that reason, they would lose 1 or 2 marks. Now, everything here, you will write an answer. It must be about the bird. So let's have a look at the text. Let's go over it and discuss it in further detail. Source A. Alex Colt lives with his parents and 2 younger sisters, Andrea and Nicole, in a small American town, but when his mother becomes ill, family life changes beyond recognition. So it reads the following. Alexander Colt awakened at dawn, startled by a nightmare. He had been dreaming that an enormous blackbird had crashed against the window with a clatter of shattered glass, flown into the house, and carried off his mother. In the dream, he had watched helplessly as it clasped her clothing in its yellow claws, flew out the same broken window, and disappeared into a sky heavy with dark clouds. So the question 1 is requiring you to list 4 things from that first paragraph, and we know it has to be related to the bird. So let's look at it in further detail, look at the key quotations for us to discuss. So Alexander Colt awakened at dawn, startled by a nightmare. Now, is this to do with the bird? No, so there's nothing significant here, so I'm going to skip that. He had been dreaming that an enormous black bird. So is this about the bird? Yes, it is. First of all, we know it was enormous, it was large, and the color of the bird, it was black. It had crashed against the window with a clatter of shattered glass. So again, these are all potential answers for question 1. It had crashed against the window. That's an option. And also with a clatter of shattered glass is also about the bird. Flown into the house. Does this tell us something about the bird? Absolutely. The bird had flown into the house and carried off his mother. Is this about the bird? Yes. So this is another potential answer. In the dream, he had watched helplessly as it clasped her clothing in its yellow claws. Is this about the bird? Absolutely. So as you can see, within the first 2 to 3 lines, we have an array of quotes, an array of evidence to support question 1. Flew out the same broken window. This is telling us how the bird escaped and disappeared into a sky heavy with dark clouds. So what we've highlighted here is all to do with the bird. Now we have to simply list 4 things to answer the question. So let's have a look at the question and answer it together. The potential answers for this question are the following. So the first one we have is quite simply, it had yellow claws. So if you had written that, that would get you 1 mark because it's about the bird. The second one, it was enormous. That would get you 1 mark because again, it is about the bird. The third one, it crashed against the window. That would also be 1 mark because it's about the bird. And finally, it was black because this is once again about the bird. So these are 4 potential answers for you to get 4 out of 4. Now, a lot of students may accidentally make silly mistakes and lose out on 1 or 2 marks. Now, this question, you should be getting full marks in all honesty, because that 1 or 2 marks can be the difference between you getting a grade 8 and a grade 9, or a grade 4 and a grade 5. Now, just some things I wanted to point out. So, as I've sort of taught this paper and explained it to my students, there are certain things which I've picked up on, and some students had lost on marks. Now, first of all, one of the answers which some students had written was that Alex awakened at dawn. Now, that was actually incorrect. So this was in fact incorrect because it was not relevant to the question. It's not to do with the bird. So that's why students had lost 1 mark. And also, I've seen students write quite simply, it was yellow. That is also wrong because it doesn't tell us anything. It's not specific enough. Yellow, what do they mean by yellow? The sun, the bird, the sky, what are they referring to here? So make sure you are specific, otherwise you put yourself at risk of not achieving full marks. So again, some advice and pointers for you. All answers must relate to the specific line. So here in our scenario, it's lines 1 to 5, and all answers must be relevant to the question. So as we see here, it has to be about the bird. So if you have done that, well done. That's amazing. So you should have scored 4 out of 4. Now, some top tips for this question. This is something I also advise my own students. It's quite simply begin with the accurate noun phrase. So an easy way is to start every answer with the bird, ... the bird. So for 1 to 4, you list the 4 things. So that way you know you are answering the question correctly. And that takes us towards the end of the video. I hope this has given everyone a better understanding for question 1. And I hope you all have more confidence and clarity for language paper 1 question 1. Please subscribe, like and share for more education related videos. Thank you.